the trenches. If I go down today, you know I'm taking the sentence. We apply that pressure if niggas is starting tension. Then we gon' fall out for them days we was on the benches. N-E-I-T-I-O and that tonguing from the zone. Had that boy a Polynesian with a black man flow. Niggas left me in the dirt, they didn't think that I would grow. But once I started sprouting, these niggas turned into crows. Niggas tryna feed off me, you bleed the same way I bleed. So before you take it from me, you gon' end up deceased. No social distance, but you gon' have to back 30 feet. For YEPPA pulls up and hit you with that heat. And I've been feeling so lost from taking all these losses. No coronavirus, don't wanna see no more coughing. Work like an employee, but I be moving with bosses. Rolled into my teeth to hide the pain when I be talking. That's a youngin' full of pain. He got Henny in his drain. He got too much on his brain. Hit the stew and let it rain. Hey, Odie, you pour me a cup real quick? Good looking out. Dear Granny, this a poem of all the pain that I felt. No, I ain't been the same dude since the day that you left. Got a tattoo to try to ease all the pain that you left. But every time I look at it, I see all the days that I went. And this shit been fucking up my mental. To try and smile again, I put gold into my dental. Hey. I put gold into my dental. I don't need a heart cause I barely even use it. Yeah, that shit to Cupid, maybe he can go reuse it. Stupid, I'm a bust a rolling in a Cuban. Mixed match sets and I ain't really talking fusion. Whoa. I've been tryna focus on my music. Sipping on this Henny, cause that shit be therapeutic. Niggas hating on me, man, this shit is so confusing. If you focus on winning, just know that you always losing. Whoa. And I've been feeling so lost from taking all these losses. No coronavirus, don't wanna see no more coughing. Work like an employee, but I be moving with bosses. Rolled into my teeth to hide the pain when I be talking. That's a youngin' full of pain. He got Henny in his drain. He got too much on his brain. Hit the stew and let it rain.
Who will talk when you gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team. Every day I thank the Lord for the people needed. I know my life can be taken for whatever reason. That's why I tell them that I love them while I'm breathing. I wanna see them grow in life before I see them grieving. That's what I'm about. This one ain't for views or the counts, nah. This one's for the moves that count. I'd rather be that one rapper living for the music than just another rapper that'll die for some clout. That's why I keep my people accountable for their actions. Tell them if we talk it, then we really have to back it. And I don't like violence, but if my brother Kendra call me and say he need me, then I'm out there riding. LKG since 2012, no changes. Seen day one is get cases. And I never was a bitch, and now I see that I don't have to be a snitch in order for us to make a statement. It's different. Keep people close to you cause you need to. Be careful for the people that deceive you. Keep a lookout for the ones who will talk when you're gone, but never keep the same energy when they see you. Keep the ones that are always there when you ride. Those ones are really hard to find. Cause when it comes to it, it'll show when it's time. I will never need a doubt who's behind. That's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team, that's my team. From the bottom where we grinding, that's my team, that's my team. To the top where we shining, that's my team, that's my team. Loyalty over everything, that's my team. Yeah, loyal to the soil, that's just how I'm raised. Never catch me in my town feeling out of place. You either come in peace or you can't fit on the table. Where we eat, either way, boy, you out of space. Couple Usos.
And we live. This stuff is all sideways. Let me change up your camera real quick. What's up, everybody? Let me turn Paula's cam so you guys are not looking at him sideways. Huh?
I don't look at me sideways, all right? Beat you guys up.
Gotta transform you a little bit. There we go. You're facing a different way, but it's all good. What's good, everybody? We here. We out here.
Good. What's good?
Soy sauce. Just soy. We're gonna say soy sauce in the video game. Soy and Pale. What's good with you, man? How has the week been for you?
Chilling, man. Just chilling.
Bro, I got this bomb ass food. Plate of food in front of me, just screaming my name, telling me to stop playing and get off this.
I mean, it's been hot, man. It's been hot over here, like.
Oh, it's starting to be hot over there?
Yeah, it's starting to get hot over here.
Well, it's about time y'all get the hot. We've been had the hot. We've been had the hot all summer, bro. I don't want to hear it.
That's tough.
What's the hot over there though? Is the question. Like, how hot is it?
It's like 90 and 70% humidity.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That's bad. That's bad. You said 70% humidity?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah, that's ugly.
It's tough out here.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the AC up all the way.
90 plus with 70%. Or it was like 102 here with like 2% humidity.
Hell no.
All right, I guess I can't complain that much. It was dry heat, which ain't that bad. Hey, but also it's your fault that we got doo-doo air down here.
Because the fires in the valley.
That mug been said unhealthy for the last 7 days. It's been said unhealthy. Don't go outside. It don't say the actual thing. It say don't go outside if you fat, but it say don't go outside if you fat.
Yeah.
Man. Like
if you walk
I know
out
what
now,
y'all
it's
saying.
just you walk out now, you just sweat instantly.
Yeah, nah. See, I'm sweating just sitting here. Probably don't help that I'm wearing a hoodie, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cold in here. We have to throw the Crenshaw outfit on though.
Oh man.
All right, man.
Crenshaw.
Bruh, tell you, last time we came out there, we ordered it online. That mug took like, what did it take, like 6 weeks, 8 weeks to get here?
Damn.
Oh, 6 months. She said it took 6 months. Hey, but it got here.
Yeah, it got here.
And it fit nicely. And I turned one of them into a gym sweater, so there's that. Wearing that mug at the gym. All right, man. Let's hop into it. We gonna start with a quick recap. Last week we covered the NFC as a whole. We talked about some of the standouts, some of the key players from each team for them to be successful. I had to swallow the pill of the Dallas Cowboys probably winning our division over there in the NFC. Man, anybody could win it though. All it takes is Dak Prescott.
If they're healthy, man.
That's true. You aren't doing Would You Rather? We're actually going to do that after the intro. TTE Super Crip. I came on for that. TTE Super Crip just came here just for that. Nothing else. Nothing else. Yeah, we talked about a couple of things which we'll probably follow up today when we talk about a little bit of the NFC, the NFL off season. so far and kind of what that looks like. But man, without further ado, looks like a TTE Super Crib came for this or that. So we're gonna hop right into that.
Yes, sir. All right.
Getting
First
any
one,
talks on the Joel contract? Yes, sir. We sure will.
create a masterpiece and not get credit for it, or get credit for a masterpiece that you did not create.
Ooh, create a masterpiece, not get credit for it, or get credit for a masterpiece you didn't create. Ugh. I'll go with the first one. It's got to be creating a masterpiece with no credit, cause I know.
Because you know.
I'm gonna tell my friends so y'all know. I ain't gonna take credit for somebody else's work.
Oh man, I'm gonna do that. Get credit for some masterpiece I didn't create, man.
This Vita said no credit. Sefa said credit for something that's not mine.
Yeah,
Vita's,
that's a fact.
Vita's rolling with the integrity. Serena said no credit because if you know, you know. See? Got me messed up thinking I ain't getting paid for my work of art. Hey man.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm paid in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm paid in here. Best believe I'm gonna make another one and get credit for it though. Play me.
Oh, hell no. All right. Have a missing finger or have two extra fingers?
Ugh. 2 extra fingers or 1 missing finger? Nah, you gotta take one away, bro. Take one away.
Take one away.
Take one away, man.
You don't need an extra finger?
Nah, I don't need to be a mutant without the mutant powers. You only walk around looking like this on both hands.
Oh, hell no. That's tough.
Nah, I don't need that. Yeah, take a finger away.
Just take my pinky away, I guess. I don't know.
This Vita said 2 extra easy, or Cepha said 2 extra easy. He wants them 2 extra fingers to pick both.
What are you using that for? Yeah, what are you doing that for?
All my YouTube videos are masterpieces, even with all 6 views. This Vita. Serena said extra finger because I could just remove it. What?
What?
You just go, ugh. Cepha said he's gonna be the best wide receiver in the NFL. Oh Lord.
Cap.
No, an extra hand wouldn't help you with that. You got them linebacker hands.
Always hit a red light for the rest of your life, or have slow internet after the sun goes down.
Oh dang. Dang. Always hit red lights for the rest of your life or have slow internet after the sun goes down. Dang, bro, that would make gaming so trash.
You have to game in the morning.
Man, right? You're going to have to get a night shift.
Change your shift.
Oh, Serena said always hit a red light. Cepha said red light.
Everybody's hitting that red light. No one wants that internet.
Man, for real though, nobody wants the internet speed. Hey, you know what? I'm taking the red lights. I ain't going nowhere anyways. And when I do, I ain't in a rush.
Yeah, I'm doing the red light too. I just go on the freeway or something.
He said I already have slow internet. Oh hell no. Yeah, no, man. I'm taking all roads with no lights.
Oh hell. All right. Attacked by a polar bear or a great white?
Damn, a polar bear or a great white?
Yeah, you have to think about it. Polar bear is freaking huge, man.
I know, but when you're in the water getting attacked by a great white, you can't go nowhere.
You just poke his eyes.
just
go on the side while you're getting attacked.
Poke his eyes while you're in his mouth. Dang. Vita said polar bear. Seth said great white. I can run faster than I can swim. That's true. But polar bears can get up to like, what, 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour? I can't run that. Man, I don't know. This is basically a question of which one do I want to kill me?
I know which one you want to. Which way you want to die quicker?
Polar bear because I ain't never been scary. Serena out here trying to fight bears, trying to be on some Khabib Nurmagomedov stuff.
You're right.
And you know what? I'm gonna be like Khabib. I'm going after that bear.
Oh
Even though
man.
it was a baby cub and he was like 12. Shoot, I'd rather die on land than have them try to fish up my body parts.
I can't swim, so I'm gonna do polar bear.
I can't swim. So you gonna drown before you even get attacked by the shark.
Yeah, I'm gonna drown before I hit the shark, so it doesn't really matter.
The shark just gonna get there and be like, "Hey, I didn't have a chance." Damn, a polar bear. And it's gonna be cold too, so you gonna be hurt right after the first hit.
Yeah, man.
I'm jumping on his back and I'm throwing a guillotine in there. Just go to sleep.
That concludes this or that for this week.
Man, he really had me questioning my life decisions over here thinking about whether I wanted slow internet or red lights.
Red light.
Damn. Over here, extra
Two
two
extra
fingers
fingers.
or one less?
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, Gerald Green's missing 2 fingers, so I'll be all right. Or he's missing 1 finger.
JPP is missing like 3 of them.
Over here like this.
Yeah.
Hey, where he gonna put his Super Bowl ring?
Gotta put it on his toes, man.
He gotta put it on his toes. Oh man. Can't polar bears swim though? Yeah, they sure can swim. What you gonna have? What you gonna fight the polar bear, jump in the water, and hope that it fights a great white? Hey, whoever comes out of that deserves to kill me. I don't.
Damn, I forgot polar bears could freaking swim. Damn. They live in the Arctic too.
They probably swim just as well as. I mean, maybe not as well as the sharks, but. Serena said, "Can't wait for the next one. Make it harder next time." Oh Lord, that's all I can.
Make it harder next time.
That was pretty difficult. 2 extra fingers or 1 less.
Slow internet or red lights? Come on now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't be playing Fortnite with slow internet. She already playing with slow internet. She stay loading until you actually get to the last drop of the bus. All right, cool, man. That takes us into our discussion piece. Is talking about bringing it over to the NFL. It's not he didn't say we couldn't have it surgically removed. Oh Lord. I mean, if you got money like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the first piece we're gonna hit on is the official top 100 list of the NFL players. It's only, I think you said it's only up to 41 right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through 100 to 41. Just kind of look at some standouts. We're not necessarily gonna cover every single piece on that. We're not gonna look at every single number from 100 to 41, but looking at that list, man, we're gonna start from 100 to 91. Talk about some standouts in that range, and if there's anybody that shouldn't be there. So from 100 to 91, we got James Robinson at 100, Brandon Graham, Brandon Scherf, Kyle Juszczyk, Cole Beasley, Tre'Davious White. It's surprising. Jarvis Landry, T.J. Hawkinson, Jason Kelsey. I think that's understandable, and Corey Davis. But it sounds like we were both a little surprised about them having Tre'Davious White at 95.
Yeah, last year he was 47. Why the big drop? He didn't get worse last year.
He dropped significantly. I mean,
he dropped.
He hit the Pro Bowl for a second straight year. I think he ended with how many? I don't know how many interceptions 15 total interceptions.
Yeah,
for 4
15.
seasons. So yeah, 15 interceptions in 4 seasons with the Bills. And he dropped.
Yeah.
Damn near 50 spots. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't think that there's 50 players that are better than him from the spot he was at before. That's crazy.
Yeah.
On one of the best defenses in the NFL?
Yeah, I don't see any. I don't know. That was a tough look for him, man.
Yeah, because if you take him off that defense, that takes away a whole half of the field with a shutdown corner with probably the best receiver on the other side.
Yeah.
So to me, that's crazy that he dropped what 48 spots.
Mm-hmm.
What are y'all doing,
40
NFL? Avius White. Everyone else on that list seems, like they belong there.
properly rated. Yeah, it was properly rated.
Jarvis Landry, T.J. Hawkinson. I mean,
I think the only one that I could see making a jump is probably James Robinson, just because he had what it says he had 1,400 yards from scrimmage
yeah, 1,400 yards. He had a hell of a year last year.
as an
Which,
undrafted
oh yeah,
rookie.
and now having Trevor Lawrence there, they're gonna lean pretty heavily into the run to start, giving Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence some looks. We'll get into a little bit later in the NFL offseason, but top over to 90 to 81. We got Jesse Bates at 90, Tristan Wirfs, Shaq Barrett at 88. Wow. Allen Robinson at 87, Marshawn Lattimore, Zach Martin, Leonard Williams, Ryan Tannehill at 83, Garrett Bowles, Chris Godwin at 81. It sounds like we're pretty surprised to see Shaq Barrett at 88, down 56 spots from
Yeah.
32 last year.
So this top 100 list is just based off season, not the playoffs.
I can't even tell you because he had a hell of a season too.
Yeah.
I mean, the Avita said this before, but the Bucks carried them throughout the season, right? Yeah, Tom
Yeah.
Brady figured it out in the second half of the season, but if it wasn't for that defense, who knows where they would be in the end of the season standing going into the playoffs.
Yeah. He only had 8 sacks, but I think he was still disruptive throughout the whole season, man.
Avita
To
said a
get
lot of,
that.
yeah, I don't know, man. That's just crazy that he drops 56 spots to 88 from last year being at 32. Vita said a lot of Cincy fans are upset about Jesse Bates. PFF has him one of the top safeties in the NFL. Jesse Bates was a little surprising to see here too. Because I mean,
Yeah.
we talked about him being one of the more impactful guys on that defense, and he's only at 90. Like,
Like 89 players better than him.
plays over 1,000
Uh,
snaps. He averages over 100 tackles every year. I don't know. Those are the two surprising ones: it's Shaq Barrett and Jesse Bates. Sheesh, from the 90 to 81 range, going into 80 to 71. We got Adam Thielen at 80, who was not ranked last year. We got Ron Armstead at 79, a tackle for the Saints. Jeffrey Simmons. Andre Diggs, strong safety over there in Seattle. Tyler Lockett at 76. Laramie Tunzel, 75. James Bradbury, 74. Trey Hendrickson, DN for the Bengals. Michael Thomas for the Saints. Baker Mayfield at 71. Last year he was unranked.
oh, he's this year. 71.
Yeah, they rated him
Damn.
71 this year.
But did he really make a jump from last year though? Like,
I mean, he was an important piece of that offense, but I don't think he makes the jump from non-ranked to 71. Like, I think I still need to see more, for real, for real.
I do too, because I don't believe it.
I don't know, man. 71?
Being unranked to 71, that's
Yeah.
a big jump.
Unranked to 71.
And if they're including like playoffs, I mean, he lost to Chad Henne at the end, man. It can't just
He sure did lose to Chad Henne at the end.
like, come on now.
Oh, I don't know. I think that'll probably be the most surprising one on this list from 80 to 71 is Baker Mayfield at 71, going from unranked last year to ranked 71 this year.
James Bradbury was unranked, and now he's ranked 74.
Yep.
Oh,
Michael
wow.
Thomas down 67 spots from when he was last year. Granted, he didn't play. He didn't really get on the field at all this year. Bradbury was all pro last year. James Bradbury, corner for the
Yeah, he was. He did good
Giants.
last year.
That's tough, and he's 74.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know how much of this list goes into them actually being on a winning team, because if you look at all these
Hmm.
folks down here, aside from like Shaq Barrett, a lot of them are on losing teams. I mean, you got Quandre Diggs on the Hawks, Tyler Lockett on the Hawks.
But Jeffrey Simmons, though, I don't know about that one. It it just talks about how he had 44 pressures.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I don't.
I guess we'll have a better idea once we get into the higher half of the list to get an idea of,
Yeah,
who should and who shouldn't be here. Let's move into 70 to 61. Starting at number 70, Eric Kendricks for the Minnesota Vikings, up 13 spots from last year. We got Ryan Kelly,
yeah.
center for the Colts. Josh Jacobs, number 68, up 4 spots from last year. KJ Wright made the list at 67. JJ Watt at 66. It's interesting.
That's
Calvin,
that's
that's interesting.
that's
Calvin Ridley at 65 going into the season. Demario Davis at 64. Fletcher Cox at 63. AJ Brown at 62. And Chase Young going into his second season at number 61.
I don't like this part of the list. I
Well,
don't think.
I think Eric Kendricks should be there.
I think he's. I don't think KJ Wright's better than Eric Kendricks as a linebacker.
That is
I don't
true.
think. I don't think Demario Davis is better than Eric Kendrick as a linebacker. JJ Watt should be
Impact wise, JJ Watt should be in the
lower.
lower 80s,
Yeah.
especially after last year.
Hmm.
Calvin Ridley should probably be a little bit higher,
Yeah.
personally.
He did ball out.
And he's set to have an even better season this year, being the number 1 guy over there.
Hmm.
Fletcher Cox, I mean, obviously I'm a little bit biased being an Eagles fan, but he got 6.5 sacks coming from that D tackle spot,
Yeah, that D tackle spot, man. 6.5 sacks, man.
which is
Nine
that's
nine
crazy
tackles
for a
for
D
loss.
tackle.
Yeah.
I think the most impressive appearance on this list is Chase Young going into his second year.
Hmm. Oh, he's gonna be a problem coming up, man.
Yeah, I think he's one of the DNs coming out of the draft these last few years that are properly hyped,
Yeah.
because he's actually shown it on the field. He's shown that he's starting to step up to be a young leader. And then he balls out on the field, like 7.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 44 tackles, 4 forced fumbles, 4 passes defended, 3 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown for a rookie. And he was a
that fool
defensive
balled
player
out.
rookie of the year. Like, I'm excited to see what he does this year. They got Montez Sweat on the other side this year. That defense looks scary, and they're playing in
And
a
they're
booty
young.
division. Yeah, they could
They're
stay together for a
young.
minute. They'll be together at least the next 2-3 years on their rookie contracts before they gotta get paid. Which, I mean, if y'all have seen what Vita says on this show all the time, is you got to live on those rookie contracts.
Yeah.
Let's see who's in the next 10. That takes us from 60 to 51. Number 60, we got Corey Linsley, Chargers center. I actually think this should be swapped with the Colts center. The Colts had one of the best O-lines. Although the Chargers do have a solid O-line over there protecting Justin Herbert, I think a little high for
No,
me.
he played for the Packers last year, and I think he was selected All Pro first team.
He was. JPP is 59 on the list. Tyrann Mathieu, 58. Cameron Hayward, 57. His old ass. Justin Herbert, number 56, quarterback for the Chargers. Go Ducks.
Nice.
Right next to him, Keenan Allen, up 22
Right.
spots. Grady Jarrett, number 54 over in Atlanta. Justin Jefferson, coming off his rookie year. I think he was off. Wasn't he offensive rookie of the year?
I think that was Herbert. No.
Herbert. Minka Fitzpatrick at number 52, and Zadarius Smith. Some of the surprising pieces on this. I don't know if I'd say surprising, but the nice to sees.
Yeah.
Is seeing Justin Herbert over here. Obviously, his number one receiver falling right behind him with Keenan Allen. Last year he was at number 77.
Mhm.
But I think having a quarterback that's able to take care of the ball, which yes is a knock to Philip Rivers, who just couldn't protect the ball over there when he was there.
Nah.
JJ Watt will be on the list every year till he retires. I mean, that's unfortunate but true.
Yeah. It's a tough fact.
Keenan Allen,
He's
Grady.
gonna,
I don't think anybody stands out as like should or should not be here. Minka Fitzpatrick at 52.
yeah.
He was 35 last year. I know some people prefer the Honey Badger over him, which I mean he's a couple spots above him at 58. So
Mhm.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's properly rated.
I think so.
I don't know.
JPP might be a little bit questionable to me, but I think he had a pretty solid impact on that defense last year.
For sure. Both DNs.
Damn near every DN over there. So this is the last half of what's actually released, 50 to 41. So George
Yeah.
Kittle at number 50. We had a long conversation about this in our group
Yeah,
chat.
we did. Yeah, we did.
Some of us have George Kittle. Some of us have Jason Kelsey. Or
I think I was the only one that
Travis Kelsey.
I think I was the only one that had Travis Kelsey.
I think you were too.
Yeah, I think I was the only one that liked Travis Kelsey more.
But I mean, to me personally, I'm neutral on both, right? Like I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
I know it's a win-win because they're gonna get open and run blocking. I think George Kittle has an edge on that one,
I could agree with that.
and
I could agree with that.
I think
one of the top offenses when it came to rushing the last 2 years.
and then Travis Kelsey, he's more agile running routes than Kittle because he's a lot slimmer and shit.
I think Kittle needs to be a little bit higher on his list. 50. Man, 50 don't sit.
He didn't
well
play
with me.
half the season. Yeah, he didn't play half the season, but I do think he should be higher than that.
I think he ended up with very, very similar numbers to all the other tight ends for only playing 8 games of the season.
Yep.
Which you only play 8 games, but then you end up with the same amount of damn near the same amount of numbers with the other tight ends that played all season. I mean, top 25 at least, top 30 maybe. I don't know about 50. But I think as long as he stays healthy this year, comes out, he's coming off of 600 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then being off for the season. So 49, they got J.C. Jackson, England Patriots. Wasn't rated last year. Mike Evans at 48 was number 30 last year. Stephon Gilmore is crazy. He dropped. He was at number 9 last year. Now he's at number 47.
I think he's still that guy.
I think so too. I think he's just he's becoming a victim of what the Patriots were last year. Cameron Jordan at 46. Justin Simons at 45. Free safety for the Broncos. Christian McCaffrey at number 44. He was number 6 last year. I know he was hurt most of the season, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he only played like 4 games. I think
they had Mike Davis playing most of the season.
Yeah.
Levante David at number 43. Last year he was the 100th rated player. So he moved up 57 spots. Trent Williams at 42, and then Jair Alexander at 41. What do you think about Jair Alexander being at 41? Is that proper? Is that too low? He had a huge impact on the Packers defense.
I think that's proper. There's 40 better players that made a bigger impact than he did. I believe. I think he's properly rated.
Go back to Stephon Gilmore, man. You say he's still that dude. What do you think he needs to
Yeah.
do this year to move up that list? Granted, this list, it is what it is, man. Like, I don't think too many players themselves pay attention to this list. I think this list is more so for us. And to piss some players off.
You got to consider that Patriots offense last year put them in bad places.
Terrible places.
And they really never threw it his way. They threw it towards J.C. Jackson's way, which he came up with 11 picks, I believe, or 9 picks.
Yep.
Yeah, so like
9 interceptions, 14 passes defended, and he's just 2 spots above Stephon Gilmore. So, I mean, I think if anything, that's balancing out, especially coming off last year not being rated at all. J.C. Jackson.
Yeah.
So he has the most interceptions right now since 2019, which to me, those stats are always interesting when they say like they have the most interceptions from 2019 to today. Like,
yeah.
If that's, like, what made you pick that year? Like,
just that 1 year.
You just pick the 1 year that would make him stand out as the most in something, and they do that for like almost every player. He has the most yards from scrimmage since 2015. I'd hope so. 2015 to 2021, they was on the same team, while all the other running backs and stuff wasn't. I don't know. I'm interested to see kind of what the next 10 look like.
What do you think about Mike Evans being 48, being properly rated?
No.
Or overrated?
I think that's overrated. He did not have anywhere near of a year that we thought he would with Tom Brady coming into play. We looked at Mike Evans as a big receiver who's gonna essentially eat over there with Tom Brady. But I think the struggles of the offense in the first half of the season kind of cost him. Plus, Tom Brady is huge at dumping off to his tight ends, finding his slot receivers up the middle. They didn't have a lot of that in the beginning of the season, so I think he wasn't really set up for success going into the year. I think he's overrated. I think not in general, overrated on this list.
Yeah, overrated on this list. Yeah, I get you.
Like, there's no way you're not gonna tell me that Mike Evans was better than George Kittle in the 8 games George Kittle played.
That's a fact.
You're not gonna tell me that. George Kittle in 8 games, 600 plus yards, 2 touchdowns. If we're gonna play the numbers game and he played all 16, 1,200 yards, got to be more than 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, I don't agree with Mike Evans sitting where he's at right now.
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess it is what it is.
And do you think Justin Simmons is he the last safety off this list?
Yep.
Safety was better than
up to 41. Is he better than? I don't know.
Was there a better safety than Justin Simmons? I'd say that. That's on this list. That should take his spot.
That's a good question. I can't honestly answer that question without seeing as many games, because I watched a lot of Tyrann Mathieu games.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Minka Fitzpatrick games.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lot of Denver games. I
think it's because they're not televised enough, I guess. And they're just going off of that.
Yeah, that's even here. Like, I'm in the Mountain West. Like, I should be seeing a lot of those Denver games, and I did not, which is crazy. Like, at the times the Denver game should be playing, I saw the Raiders playing. Saw the Chargers playing.
Yeah.
I think I saw some Bengals games, and I'm like, watching the Cincinnati Bengals game when there's a Denver Broncos game also on right now.
Yeah.
And this is what they're showing on TV.
I guess it says that he's played 3,067 snaps consecutively, 96 tackles, 9 passes defense, and 5 interceptions last year.
5 interceptions in 2020. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess it comes down to the best ability being availability and him being there.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I could honestly, I would almost want to put Minka Fitzpatrick in this spot in front of him, just because if I'm looking at impact of the game, again, this is all the games that I've seen, the games that I've watched. Minka Fitzpatrick he has a crazy impact on the game. Not saying that Justin Simons doesn't. I'm saying that Minka Fitzpatrick, when you talk about safety's impact in the league, Minka Fitzpatrick is definitely up there.
Yeah. If you want one stop, who you picking?
Over who?
Justin Simmons, Tyrann Mathieu. Who else was there? Jesse Bates and Minka.
Minka.
I think Minka had
Damn.
the most, like.
I think Minka was around the ball more.
Yeah, I think he stopped the ball more.
That's almost where I gravitate towards is Minka Fitzpatrick. Just because I mean, when it comes to the eye test, like I see him, he's in the frame every time a play happens.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not in the frame, he is the play.
Yeah.
I'll probably go with Minka Fitzpatrick, Jesse Bates, Minka Fitzpatrick, Honey Badger, Jesse Bates, and then Justin Simons.
Yeah, they got the same list.
Vita said he'll take the Honey Badger.
Yeah, I like the Honey Badger too.
Honey Badger's bad, man. He's a close second.
Close.
Yeah, he's a close second
close,
for me.
Man.
Just because I mean, what he does over there to anchor that defense, which it ain't the greatest defense over there in KC, but I think what he does to anchor that defense over there, he's present, he's there.
Yeah, take him off that team, then that team becomes the worst defense in the league.
The worst defense in the league. That's tough. Man, since we're on safeties, man, let's move over to Jamal Adams. Huge contract that he signed today. An extension for 4 years, which that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Seattle's not known to be paying people like that, especially on the defensive end. That's why Earl Thomas got kind of shipped away like he did.
Yeah.
That's why Richard Sherman's got turned away. That's got Brandon Browner didn't return over there back in the day. Who is it?
Cam Chancellor.
Cam Chancellor retired a little bit early, which I think was the best call for him. The Griffin twins. I think Shaq Griffin. Shaq Griffin. So Shaq Griffin signed somewhere else because they didn't want to pay him. He wasn't.
He's on the.
He wasn't the
Dolphins?
best corner, but yeah, he's on the Dolphins, and I think Shaquem just got picked up by. The Chargers, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Shaquem Griffin. But what do you think about that contract, man? Did they overpay him? Did they pay him right? They take care of him. They traded for him a couple years ago.
They overpaid for him. I think they overpaid for him. They just threw their money away in that one.
Mr. Loba, Christian.
Yeah. That's never gonna get old, man.
That show I've seen that pop up. I agree, man. I definitely think they overpaid for him. I think that was money, they could have dedicated towards protect your quarterback. You gotta pay DK in a year. You gotta pay DK soon.
And Lockett too. He's coming up too.
You gotta pay DK and Lockett. You gonna let them both go? Like I don't know about that.
And they don't even have a healthy running back who never on the field.
Who shows they can play 16 games.
Yeah. And then they have who's their tight end right now? I think Disley, I think.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think.
Could not tell you.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they should make a move for Zach Ertz, personally.
Yeah. Goddard's going to get most of the playing time over there.
Oh, yeah. I think it's different from signing the players back at that time. It's just the Jamal now, really? I mean, is he benefiting from the increased salary cap?
Yeah. And Seattle, they had the second worst passing defense in the league, and you signed him for 4 years.
Huh. All the people that was left on rookie deals suck when you draft good and can't pay everyone. That's true, man. I don't know. I still think they overpaid for him a little bit. He's the highest paid safety in league history right now. Tyrann Mathieu looked at that like, bet. I see it.
Yeah.
I see the disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
You know Tyrann Mathieu's gonna be looking for his money soon.
Yeah, he is.
Deservedly, right? Like
he got his ring already.
Oh yeah. With what he got paid, I'm interested to see if he even makes a list.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't. Where we're at right now, at 41, I don't feel comfortable saying that Jamal Adams is a top 40 player. Maybe last year if we did this list, but this year, going into this year, I don't know if I could say he's a top 40.
Yeah, and Landon Collins, he was like third on most paid safety.
Yep.
And he's probably not going to make the list.
Man. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Questionable, man.
Jamal Adams, Seattle Seahawks. Cepha, what is your team doing? All right, so that takes us into the NFL offseason so far, man. What are your thoughts on this offseason so far? We've had a couple preseason games.
Yeah.
Actually, before we get into that, let's talk about Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow just got cut today by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer.
I have him as a highlight player on my team. Tim Tebow.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, why is he still on the team?
True. Do you think he gets another chance?
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of undrafted tight ends out there that should get a chance more than he does. I think that was out of Urban Meyer being a former coach for him. Just giving him a chance.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Hey, that's all great for you, Tim Tebow. That's great. You got the opportunity, but bruh, you was on that roster way too long.
Yeah, like, and when I saw the highlights for him, I did not see anything special.
Man, especially on his blocks. You see when he was out there blocking?
Yeah. Like Urban Meyer, what? I know he's a competitor, but he ain't that guy.
This man looked like he was trying to block like Peyton Manning on a reverse play, bro. Like,
yeah, he was.
He did not want to block. Yeah. We're not gonna stay on Tebow too long. We'll move on from there. Kind of go into
the. He's done now. He's good.
He's done. He probably won't be back. I think his career ended way too early, personally, as a quarterback. But it is what it is. Tried to come back as a tight end, didn't work.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, man. Trevor Lawrence to me looked shaky. His preseason action. I mean, it wasn't too much to go off of. To me, he looked a little shaky. I think hopefully he figures it out. I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. I don't think there's ever been a competition there with him and Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
After seeing that preseason game, I don't think it's ever been a competition. I think he'll figure it out maybe like 4 or 5 games in.
Yeah, and I mean, they're not in a win now mode, right? It's not like they made any moves to tell everyone that we're looking to win now. He has a solid running back in James Robinson.
And they got Etienne.
Yep.
So they have a 1-2 punch.
They brought his mans over.
Yeah.
We'll see, man. I think Etienne will end up playing a little bit more just for the fact that he was a higher draft pick. Right in front of James Robinson being an undrafted. So I think going into like next year, we'll see a little bit more of Etienne, depending on what he does in his first season. But what else you got for the offseason? I got a couple other ones, but we'll see what you got.
I don't know. I just see Miami. They're not going to go anywhere with Tua not getting protected like that. After seeing what the Chicago Bears defense did to that O-line, good Lord. He's going to have he's going to have a rough season. He's not going to. Yeah.
In preseason.
Now Miami's like lower on my list now because they cannot protect that man.
I think Tua would have benefited for sitting a year or two, which everyone said that, right? Like everyone said that. he was in a perfect position to sit behind Fitzpatrick, but I don't know if it was ownership. I don't know if it was the front office, but they kind of forced him in when they were winning games. Like, you ain't have no reason to put Tua in there. If y'all lost 5 in a row, maybe.
Yeah.
Vita said
But
Miami
they're on
will
a
miss the
winning streak.
playoffs.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think that's after seeing what they did in preseason. Yeah, they're gonna miss it. He was making bad throws too, so I don't think he can read a defense like that, like he did in Alabama.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, we talked about this before, right? Like, of course, we naturally want to succeed, right? But one of my biggest problems with him in the NFL so far, from what I've seen, is in Alabama, it was all on-time throws because those were routine throws. Like, those were rehearsed. You're supposed to throw to this spot and assume that guy's going to be there, right? Yep. Everyone on that team is miles and miles better than everyone else. So being able to make those throws should be easy. But now that he's in an NFL and he's got to essentially perform on the fly, where guys like Justin Herbert is just performing through the roof, you got guys like Joe Burrow who showed flashes of like, this is why we won at LSU. Right? Because everything wasn't rehearsed. Everything wasn't a timing throw. Vita says the Pats and the Bills will make it out that division. I agree.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. After seeing that preseason game, I think, Pats will make it up.
Tua, man. Sorry, dog.
Yeah.
Sorry, dog. It ain't man.
I think for them this year, it's going to be a lot of dump offs and little screen passes just because they can't protect them.
Yep.
So
I'm still rocking with you, my dog, but you ain't gonna do it this year. Sorry.
Not this year, man.
Zach Wilson, is he the franchise quarterback that the New York Jets have been looking for? I like what I've seen so far.
I like him, man. Like he said, he's not afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta learn from those, man. So I think he's gonna be good in a few years.
Yeah, I don't think the Jets will be good, personally. Like, I think
he will.
Yeah, he'll be better than Sam Darnold was for the Jets, just because the Jets are a little bit more down the line of the mistakes that they made with Sam Darnold. He was like their sacrificial goat, based on some of the mistakes that they made with him.
Do you think Zach Wilson will make the playoffs before Tua?
Ooh. In that yes.
In that division, yeah.
Yes.
He will make it before Tua?
Yes. Just because what Tua has to get over in Miami, and in comparison to what Zach has to get over, I think Zach has a whole... Zach could fall... I don't know. I think Zach could just... He could be injured and still make the playoffs sooner than Tua. Not this year, right?
Yeah.
But I just think Zach is more... He has more of the tangibles to play on the fly. He reminds me of a Carson Wentz. And I hate doing player comparisons. Like, this player reminds me of this player. But, like, Zach Wilson reminds me of Carson Wentz. Knock on wood, he doesn't have the durability of Carson Wentz. Vita says Zach will go 0-6 in the division this year. That division doesn't lose to rookies. No, Miami is ahead in the process. They got a good defense. Still a 10-win team last year. Ooh. Vita has Miami winning before, at least getting to the postseason before the New York Jets does. And I mean, that's true. That division doesn't lose to rookie quarterbacks, which I don't expect them to go far this year.
Yeah.
In the long run, I expect them to get to the playoffs before Tua does.
Yeah.
I just hope Tua doesn't end up like Marcus Mariota, where all it takes is a quarterback looking for another opportunity somewhere, find it somewhere, and take his job. Come on, Tua.
Yeah. Hey, man, I like what I've seen from Justin Fields, man. I think he's going to take the starting position right off gate, man, after seeing what I've seen.
Justin Fields looks great. He's another quarterback that.
Yeah. Just like you, I don't like making comparisons, but I see him like a Deshaun Watson type of player.
Yeah.
I can take him to the playoffs, but they need a little more to get over that hump. You know what I mean?
Yep. They got a solid defense over there built, but I think they've depended on their defense for so long that I think they need to start building around. They need to start balancing that out a little bit more. Give him some weapons, give him some guys to depend on over there. But Justin Fields does look good.
Yeah. He has A-Rob, he has Graham, Montgomery.
Yep. One
It's a
player
solid core.
that looks amazing is Jordan Love, man. The best kept secret last year.
Man,
That man.
he looked good. He wasn't afraid to make any throws, man. And the balls that were dropped, like that was on the receivers. That was
yeah.
on her. He
Peter
was making
says,
incredible throws.
he says Justin Fields will be the best in this draft. What's up? Let's go vibes. What's good? But man, Jordan Love, man, he got an arm. I think some of those drops too was because they couldn't handle the way he threw the ball.
Yeah.
He threw it in some windows that I'm just looking at like those are mid-season throws. Those are second half of the season throws that you make to win a game.
Yeah,
Packers
I was
are gonna
saying
be
that like
okay.
the worst he can do in this preseason games is look mediocre. And he didn't do that. He looked great, I think. So I think we're in good hands in the coming years.
I think so too. He looked like a quarterback that took some time, learned from Aaron Rodgers, and is ready to step in whenever it's his time. Like I mean, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers makes it through the season. They restructured his contract, but to me personally, I think Green Bay did that to control when they release him, when they trade him, as opposed to giving all the chips to Aaron Rodgers. Which, I mean, he forfeited all his control when he showed up to camp. So, hey, I love NFL. Shout out from Auckland, New Zealand. Hey, what's coaching? Shout out from New Zealand. Damn, across the waters for sure. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Appreciate the love.
Well, with a quarterback, you think they're good during the preseason?
Not necessarily look good, but Jalen Hurts to me looks a little rushed so far this preseason.
Yeah.
I think he expected to come into the preseason with Devontae Smith to be able to build that chemistry again with him. I think he looks a little bit rushed though. Obviously I'm biased being an Eagles fan. I think he'll figure it out. I don't think they're a 500 team this year. They're going to be exciting to watch though. Jalen Reagor making some stupid catches in practice.
Yeah, against the Patriots.
So, rookie quarterbacks this season is fire. Sheesh. Best bet is Green Bay let Aaron and Adams go after this year. Open cap to build around Love.
That's a fact. I like that idea.
And you know what would be the biggest middle finger to Aaron Rodgers after this season? Is if Green Bay starts drafting skill players.
Yeah, drafting a receiver back to that. Man.
Oh, that would be the biggest spite move to Aaron Rodgers and Adams. Is if they start drafting skill players after this year.
I was thinking the same thing. Like right when he leaves.
They're gonna be like,
2022.
We're gonna take the best receiver in this class and the second best receiver in this class, and we got that because we traded your ass.
Yeah. Hey, did J.C. Horn play in his first preseason game or no?
I didn't even see. That's one I didn't get to see is the Panthers.
Yeah, I seen Patrick Surtain. Man, he did good. He got a pick 6 in his game against the Vikings.
Sheesh, that's probably not something Vito wanted to hear.
Yeah. He might be someone to look into. Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they had him as the number 1 corner in the league in the draft.
I don't know if J.C. Horn played it all yet.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be one to watch. One thing I like about him is he's long, he's built.
Yeah.
No starters play for Carolina. Well, there it goes. No starters played in Carolina.
Got it.
I support the Uso in Miami. Man, we're hoping that he does.
Yeah, we all hoping, man. They messed up with Mariota in Tennessee, man.
Yeah, man. We got the whole culture behind him, hoping he does something.
Yeah,
but he just ain't looking right, and it's not. I think certain pieces fall onto him, right? But as far as protection, He can't even get no reps in because they can't protect the man.
Not.
I could probably go play D line and get pressure against that O line.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I think it was a D lineman getting like triple team. He was still getting through.
Guys, no wonder Aaron Donald ate when he played against him. I hope he gets it together and he figures it out. Everybody always talked about his little brother being better than he was though. Talia Tagovailoa. I think he went to Maryland. He transferred out of Alabama and went to Maryland.
Yeah, he did ball out that this past season.
Yeah,
I believe.
He looks nice just because fundamentally he looks like he does play on the fly. He's a little bit better at playing in plays that break up, extending plays, making plays. But we got a couple of Usos coming out of college the next couple of years. I think we'll have.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a left-handed thing. I don't think any left-hand quarterbacks had a lot of success in the league.
Yeah,
If I'm being honest.
That's what I've seen. He needs more Bama boys. Yeah, he does need more. He needs the whole Bama O-line is what he needs.
O-line.
Just took the whole Bama O-line, put him over there. We got DJ coming out of Clemson in a couple years. We got Talia Tagovailoa coming out in a couple years. Those are kind of the two standout quarterbacks as far as Polynesians coming out of the NFL to the NFL soon. Tua and Wilson is in a Herbert stance, playing in a division with a top quarterback in Josh Allen.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. I just think Herbert is better equipped. I don't know what it is, but that boy Herbert, what's he like, 6'8", 6'7"?
Yeah, it's the height, man. He can see over everything.
That man's a quarterback.
Yep.
You got Josh Allen in your division. You got Megamind Bill in division. Ooh, that's true. They got Bill Belichick and Josh Allen in both of their divisions that they'll have to go against. So,
yeah.
Bill Belichick could win with a bunch of scabs. You seen that movie, The Replacements, with Keanu Reeves?
I believe. Nah, I don't think I watched that before.
Basically,
I think I've seen it on.
The league goes on strike. And Keanu Reeves is like a college quarterback that he comes in and leads a bunch of scrubs to the playoffs. This is a good movie. It's funny. It's nothing of substance football wise, but it's more entertaining than anything.
It was like Hardball or something like that he was in.
This is the reason why Kyler Murray can't succeed in Arizona soon. Look at the division. O-line making Tua look bad. Herbert could be the new Brady underdog. Ooh. Those are some big shoes to fill. I think
big shoes.
Herbert got it, man. I don't know what it is, but just watching that man play, he got it.
He got it, man. And he came, he played his first game last year because Tyrod Taylor got his lungs punctured by the damn training staff.
The training staff. Bruh.
Like come on, Chargers. You're selling.
That's one thing that got swept under the rug way too soon. Like, the training staff punctured his lung so he couldn't play.
Like, talk about Chargers selling. Like, come on, man.
Y'all like Justin Herbert that much that y'all go and puncture your starting quarterback's lung? Oh, Lord.
That was ugly.
He just says nothing against Kyler. It's just division. They all got great coaches. That's true, man. Arizona is not set up for success. They looked hella smart when they were able to trade injured David Johnson or DeAndre Hopkins. But didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Mike. Come on, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, man. Anything else you want to cover?
How about Trey Lance?
NFL? Oh, Trey Lance?
What do you think about him?
I didn't even get to see him. I didn't even get to see him in the offseason so far. I seen some highlights.
I think
he looks confident. Made some strong throws.
One play. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen enough to be able to jump on my chair for Trey Lance to say that he needs to start right now. Potential wise, and that's one word that I hate is potential, because that means something could happen. It's just not happening yet. I think he has a potential to be that dude to take them where they need to be, but I haven't seen anything enough.
How about Cam Newton? He had a shaky start to his preseason.
I was high on Cam Newton coming into the year, having a full offseason. I want to see him the first 2 games of the season first.
I think I
But
like Mac Jones. He
Mac,
fits more in the offense to me.
yeah, Mac Jones just fits in that system like all together.
Yeah,
Vita says Kyler has to play McVay, Pete Carroll, and Kyle 6 times a year. Ugh. Trey needs to take
sure
off.
does.
Oh, so he said Trey needs to take the entire year off and just chill.
He should.
I think he should. I mean, benefit from. I don't think he could benefit too much from Garoppolo, but
Yeah.
watch the things that you shouldn't do and just kind of learn the offense in and out. Right? Like,
So that's everything that he does.
yeah, look what Garoppolo does and don't do that.
Yeah.
Last year,
That's
Cam
true.
was
He
a
can
Tom pass in the league before he got COVID week 4 before playing KC. Sheesh.
I don't believe it.
I don't know. I wanna trust in Cam. I want to believe in Cam, but we'll see.
I don't see it.
We'll see.
He's kind of like an RG3 type of player to me. Like he had a good first 3 years, falls off.
I don't know, man. Hopefully he can make that switch. I think he has
Yeah.
the intangibles to go and do it. It's just a matter of getting it right at the right time is really what it is.
Yeah.
Still leads the league in rushing touchdowns. He better being 6'8" and 240, bro.
know.
Like you
He
supposed to
bet
do
you
that.
the running back.
You built like Josh. What's his name? Brandon Jacobs. Remember Brandon
Brandon
Jacobs?
Jacobs. Oh my lord.
6'4" running back. And then your backup was Ahmad Bradshaw.
I know. He was like Brandon Jacobs was like 6'5", 300 pounds.
Yeah, this fool basically Cam Newton after running back with 10 more pounds of muscle.
Uh-huh.
This will be Cam last year in New England. I agree with that. I think seeing
Yeah,
Mac
yeah.
Jones and drafting Mac Jones, I think this is more of like a Cam's year to prove why a team should pick him up as their number 1 or number 2 quarterback, because he's not going to be a starting quarterback anymore after this year. I don't think so. Unless he goes to Washington.
I don't like that fit. I don't like the fit.
I don't either, but Ron Rivera's over there, and I think to me, that might be his only hope. Is Washington. Cam needs to cool down on his prideness. he's a confident dude for sure.
He sure is.
I don't know. That brings up the question, where does Cam fit? Because we know he's not going to be in New England next year. Looking at starting quarterbacks across the league, right? I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to be in Houston much longer. He showed up for the first week of training camp, missed the second week, showed up for the third week, and now he's missing the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's going to be in Houston any longer. So that's a place.
Yeah, but I don't think they build enough around him to make him any better. In Houston.
True. At this point, I think he's just looking for a job at a place that is waiting to draft a good quarterback.
I think he should take the role of Taysom Hill to a team. I think he fits better that way, so his career won't be over. I don't think he's going to be a starting quarterback anywhere else.
All right, this is a stretch, but I think he should go play in Baltimore. Yes, you got Action Jackson over there.
Mm-hmm.
But for Cam being what Cam is, I think what he can offer to that offense is all good. It's all positive, right? Like you have your franchise quarterback. Your franchise quarterback. Bringing a dude that's experienced, that has a very similar play style as your starting quarterback, who you haven't let throw the ball when you should, and just go over there and be a backup to Action Jackson.
That's true.
Too soon to tell for me. Next year draft will happen before he signs. I agree. I think Cam takes his time to find the right fit next year, but to me the standouts right now is Baltimore. That's my stretch destination for him. And then what was the other one? I can't even remember what the other one that I threw out there. But Baltimore will be the one for me that stands out for me. Be his
Yeah,
stretch destination. Oh, and Washington.
For me, I think Washington would be a good fit, like you said, and then maybe Atlanta. They have a
Ooh,
Matt Ryan type of quarterback.
Atlanta.
Yeah, fit him
He's
right in, just like they said. Yeah.
he's on the tail end. He's on the tail end of his career over there in Atlanta. Vita says top
Yeah.
three right now is Washington, Indy, and Houston. Washington and Houston, I agree with. Indy, Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Carson Wentz. That's how you say
Ravens,
Carson
Jackson, and
Wentz.
Newton have a similar playing style. Yeah, absolutely. I think he would fit in over there. He wouldn't get a lot of playing time, granted, but
Yeah.
playing a Taysom Hill kind of role in reverse.
Yeah, he can throw it.
Throw the ball. Bring him in to throw the
Yeah.
ball.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, man. Anything else? Anything else boiling for the NFL topic before we move on to some of the NBA stuff that we got on hand?
Oh, sir.
Wrapped up for the NFL so far. Actually, there was something that you threw in the chat the other day saying that Carson Wentz is aiming to play Week 1.
Yeah, I seen that.
What?
Yeah,
I don't think
I
that's
don't know.
smart.
I don't think that's smart either.
Like we
He's
know,
basically your franchise quarterback. I don't
Yeah.
think putting him at risk is a good idea.
it's like
But I
I know
get the idea of him being injured last year and like not producing for the Eagles.
it don't make sense. Like I know you're trying to prove everybody that you're durable and you're willing to go out there and bust your ass for your team, but like you didn't even get hurt off a hit.
Yeah,
Yes, you got the best O-line in the league, but all it takes is one hit.
and for me, I think they can afford to lose like 5 games,
Oh yeah, especially in that
and
division.
him being healthy is more important than anything, I guess.
Because who's in that division? You got the Texans, the Titans, and
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville. There you go. I prefer NFL over rugby, especially coming from New Zealand. That's crazy to see that you prefer NFL over rugby in New Zealand. Well, shoot, tap in with us every week, man. We always here every Tuesday. We might change up the
Hell
days
yeah.
next month, but we always here. Don't be surprised if Jacob Eason takes the job. Jacob Eason looked good to me.
Yeah, he's most likely will going to take the job for a little bit.
Titans winning that division? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's a fact.
If the Colts get in, it'll be because of a wild card. Or
Yeah.
they have a good enough record to get it in. Losing five takes them out of the wild card spot.
I don't think so. There's
There you go.
17 games.
That's the AFC, right?
Yeah, there's 17 games and 12-5 record. Doesn't take them out.
That's true.
I don't see a 4-loss team in a wild card. I don't see that.
Plus, I think Jacob Eason could win them at least three of those 5 weeks that he's out
Yeah,
in that division.
depending. Yeah,
Right.
depending on what the schedule is. Yeah, I think he can win for them.
Like in that division, come on, Jacob Eason. He's like Eli Manning.
And they got an incredible O line. So
AFC
They're gonna
is
give him
too
enough
good
time.
in the playoffs. Oh, too good to get in the playoffs with less than 10 wins. That's true, but also, like you said, it's a 17 game year this year. And I think there are teams that can afford to lose some of those games, either in the front half or the back half, kind of depending on what their season looks like. But Colts' first 5 games. All right, let's look at the Indianapolis Colts first 5 games.
yeah,
Colts. All right, so their first 5 games is going into the season. When did the season start?
their first game is against Seattle,
Seattle.
and then the Rams, Tennessee. Oh my lord,
Damn.
they
can win one of the first 5 games.
they can win against the Dolphins.
That's the one
Oh
game
my-
that I have them winning. So their first game is against Seattle, which I think they have a chance to win because it's in Indianapolis. Then they go.
And they don't.
Then they stay
don't have a
home
defense.
against the Rams
Yeah,
a week later. Then they go to Tennessee, which I think they get just blasted over there.
dogged.
Then they go to Miami. They play in the sun against the Dolphins.
That's a winnable game.
That's a winnable game. And then so is the Ravens. They go to Baltimore to play against the Ravens, which is a winnable game.
Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be on Monday night. Yeah.
NFL gives me goosebumps from watching. My dream is to attend an NFL game one day. I get up early in New Zealand time to watch. Hey man, whenever you make that journey out, for sure, hit up the TTE chat. Hit us up on Twitch. Whisper this channel. Let us know when you're in the States. Depending on where you at, man, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
AFC South is only sending the division winner to the playoffs.
AFC South.
He did with the bold takes today.
What did you say?
Said that AFC South is only sending the division winner to the playoffs. So the Texans, Colts, Jags, and Titans. Titans are going to win that division.
Yeah. The Bills are going to win the AFC East.
So let's realistically look at how many games the Colts could win.
Yeah.
Right. I could probably give him that game against the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'd give him the game against the Dolphins.
They can win against the Texans.
The Texans 6. 3.
They lose against the 49ers.
Yeah, they'll play against the Jets. That's 4. The Jags 5. I think. Damn, they beat the Texans again 6. 7, 8.
They can
9.
beat the Raiders.
Damn, so they'll get about 9 games.
Yeah, they can
just
get
looking
9
at
games. Yeah.
It's not a bold take. Take a look at the list I sent. We'll see, man. We'll see.
I know. We'll see, man.
That's what it's gonna come down to. Is we'll see what it looks like.
Carson Wentz comes back in one of those weeks, so we'll see what he makes about it.
We'll see what it looks like. Bills and Pats, Chiefs and Chargers, Browns and Ravens. We're gonna see if Vita Van Pelt is right at the end of the year. The Vita Van Pelt. All right, cool. That wraps us up on our NFL segment so far. We might come back to it. You never know. It always ends up that way.
Yeah.
But going into the NBA, man, the NBA offseason. Let's talk about the real quick highlights before we get into the meat and potatoes of the NFL or the NBA, excuse me. So Patrick Beverly gets traded twice in the span of 12 hours. I think he's in Minnesota now.
Yep.
Joel Embiid signs a huge contract extension. What's your thoughts on that?
I think Embiid, well deserved. He's been a dominant center since he got in there.
Money well spent. I guess.
Yeah.
Arguably arguably the best center in the league. You got to put Jokic up there.
I think he is the best center in the league over Jokic. Honestly.
I think so too.
He's more versatile.
Yeah. I think they both do the same things. They both do the same things, but I think Embiid just does the post work a whole lot better, man. He's able to dominate, make guys look like little kids down there. They sent Pat to death row, career killer move. Man, Pat Beverly, they sure did. They even sent. I remember Ricky Rubio got sent down there. He's down there twice now. Like, point guards don't go to Minnesota to thrive. Like, D'Angelo Russell ain't thriving over there.
I think they traded away Rubio to the Cavaliers, I believe.
Oh, yep, in that trade.
Yeah.
Pat Bev, I think Pat Bev eventually gets bought out.
Yeah, he will. What do you think about the Smart deal with Celtics? 4 years, 77, I believe.
I'm torn on it. To be honest with you, because I think that's money you should have saved to pay Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, his contract is coming up.
Yeah, I think that's money that you. Granted, they have a good amount of cap space, especially at the end of this year. At the end of this year, they're going to be losing Horford, who's going to fall off their books, who's a big chunk of that. They got Kemba off the books. I like the signing for sure, but I hope they have something in mind to keep Jaylen Brown over there.
Yeah.
Timberwolves gotten worse. They sure have, Tua.
I don't think Tatum signed a deal, didn't he? I think they're still waiting on him to get
I
his
think he
rookie
maxed out
deal
last
done.
year.
Did he?
I think. Let's find out. But I think their focus should be Jaylen Brown. For me.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Like, was it last year? Yep.
Yep.
5-year, 195. All right,
Yeah, he
cool.
maxed out last year. They brought in another big to play behind Robert
Horford.
Williams.
Oh,
So they got
Williams.
Horford.
Okay.
I think Horford will probably play off the bench. Robert Williams needs to start. That man killed the game last year. Double in like 16 to 20 minutes of play. They brought in Miles. What's his name? Miles Brown from the Thunder.
Moses Brown. Yeah.
Brown. They brought in Moses Brown from the Thunder in that trade for Kemba. You got two young bigs that do what bigs do. Go get you boards, block shots, pick and roll. Eyes on Peyton Pritchard. He looks fire. Peyton Pritchard is panning out to be a hell of a point guard.
Yeah.
I think he's looking great. But I think that smart signing was smart. See what I did there?
Yeah. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog that they needed to keep there for sure. Hopefully, I want to see them keep Jaylen Brown over there and keep that duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown together.
What do you think about the Bledsoe trade to the Clippers?
Bringing him back home.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes them any better. I think it makes him versatile.
Yeah.
You have a solid backup behind Reggie Jackson. If Reggie Jackson is not your starting point guard, I don't know what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
I think they'll still make the playoffs this year in the 6 to 8 range.
Yeah.
Purely on Paul George being Paul George during the season, and that team being as well rounded and as much of a dog they are.
Kawhi's not gonna be playing like half the season, huh?
Yeah, he's gone all season, I think, on the ACL.
Oh, damn.
On the ACL, I think they're projected he might come back, but I mean, I don't see him coming back at the end of the year, especially with how much he sat throughout the last 2-3 years with the injuries. I think he takes a full year. He signed a 4 or 5 year extension to stay there, so he's committed there for sure. I think they made a good move in bringing Eric Bledsoe in to be off the bench. He should not be a starting point guard anywhere behind Reggie Jackson. So I think that's a good move.
What's their starting lineup looking like, though? Like,
I think projected. Because I know they'll have Reggie Jackson at 1. I don't know if PG stays at the 2.
Or maybe 3.
Vita says if the Clippers develop right, BJ Boston, and Keon Johnson can help carry the 2 years. Bless you. So Reggie Jackson will probably play the 1. I think you got to put PG at like the 2 or the 3. I think they still have Luke Kennard. They're looking to bring back Nick Batum. Terrence Mann has to slide into that starting lineup.
Yeah.
That man balled out in the playoffs. I think Terrence Mann has to slide into the starting lineup. Vito was talking about Keon Johnson. I don't know if he slides in. Brandon Boston is over there. I think they picked up Justice Winslow as well. So they have some solid pieces. But I think just purely off of PG and Reggie Jackson and Terrence Mann, they come out and they play well enough to be that 5 to 7 seed. It might be in the play-in.
Yeah. You can see that.
But there is some talks about Bradley Beal, as soon as he expresses interest to leave, that the Golden State Warriors are willing to trade away Kuminga, Andrew Wiggins, and 2 first-round draft picks for him. You think it's worth it?
If we can keep Wiseman, yeah.
Okay. You would do that
Wiseman,
trade
yeah.
to bring Beal over?
I'll do that trade. Yeah. I like that trade.
That'll be a huge move. It's a win. It's a win for Washington.
Yeah.
Granted,
Young players.
all of this is hypothetical. The man has not said he wanted to leave. He said he wants to play it out in Washington, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Winning solves everything, and if they don't win next year, it ain't gonna solve nothing.
Yeah.
But what are some of the? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and I think Moses Moody brings more to our offense than Kuminga does. I believe.
You think Kuminga could eventually just slide into that Andrew Wiggins role? Be that athletic wing?
Yeah, I can see that happening. It's better defense than him.
Y'all have a hell of a bench too. I think that's one thing that people are not talking about.
Yeah, people are not talking about Golden State enough, I think.
I just don't believe Beal wants to leave. I don't believe he does either. I think Beal right now is Beal and Dame right now are victims of each other.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's one of those, it's one of those like who's gonna make the move first? Because if you make the move first, I gotta stay.
Yeah. I look better.
Yeah, if you leave, I gotta stay here. But if I stay here, hopefully it's bad enough that they trade me willingly.
Yeah.
If I'm Washington, Wiseman is required in the deal. I agree. Wiseman is definitely required in that deal to get Beal. Kuminga, Wiseman. I'm honestly, I might even just leave Kuminga alone and go get Wiseman, Wiggins in those 2 first rounds and build for the future. Forward thinking.
Yeah, I like that picture. It don't matter.
They gotta be willing to blow it up though. Vita says Isaiah gets a workout. So 3 guys worked out for the Lakers today. Isaiah Thomas, Mike James, and Darren Collison. They have the intent of signing 2 people to fill those roster spots. I hate to say it, I love Isaiah Thomas, but I'm taking Mike James. Collison. Yeah, I'm taking Mike James and Darren Collison. I don't know if you see Mike James play last year for Brooklyn off the bench.
Yeah, he played good last year, yeah.
Mike James is a hooper, and he's young?
Yeah.
Give me Mike James, bro. What?
I like the Darren Collison pickup.
So Mike James and Darren Collison. Yeah, Darren Collison tried to get in there last year. I think I think
he retired, didn't he?
Yeah, he retired. He tried to get in last year, but he made the decision not to. They tried to pick him up during the bubble. That was obvious. But I think Mike James should be priority for us. Like, you gotta go and get that dude. That man is Vita says he's a bucket. I absolutely agree. Mike James is a bucket. He can create. His IQ is underrated.
He dropped 72, 8, and 16 rebounds in the pro-am.
Yeah, bruh. You got to get Mike James. Like, I think Mike James is a shoe-in for that roster spot to round out the 15.
Yeah.
And then it's really going to come down to Isaiah or Darren.
That's true.
And I mean, if it's the number 15 guy, I don't mind picking up Isaiah Thomas. Pick that man up, sign him. Give him clear expectations. Let him know that, look, you're number 15. Probably not going to play unless XYZ 1, 2, 3 gets hurt.
What do you think about Lance Stevenson? He's going to work out too.
He like J.R. Smith to me, bro. Like, your time is past, bro. You got some young cats. You got some young cats that are ready, which is actually gonna take us into the next segment of these young guys. But what do you think about Lance Stevenson? What do you think? You think he should get a chance? I don't.
I don't think so. He's kind of like you say, he's kind of like a J.R. Smith and like a what's his name, Dion Waiters type of player.
Dion Waiters.
Remember that guy? Got his ring in the bubble, I guess.
Yeah. And what's crazy is he would have got a ring regardless of who won.
Yeah.
Because he spent long enough on the Miami roster. That's crazy to me.
That's same to what's his face from the Suns this year, Torrey Craig.
Oh, Torrey Craig. Yep.
Yeah, he got a ring too because he played long enough for Milwaukee.
Let Lance chill. And that's the same with Boogie Cousins.
Yeah,
I think he spent long enough on the Lakers roster that he got a ring in the bubble. I don't think he's gonna accept it. It's gonna be like behind closed doors. Like, here's your ring.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be on Wikipedia.
Yeah, it was like DeMarcus Cousins, one-time champion, bubble, Disney World.
Asterisk.
Man, asterisk. We're going into the NBA offseason with the summer league, man. We said this a couple of weeks so far in a row. These young guys are athletic. These dudes are crazy, man. Let's talk about some of the highlight plays that we've seen so far. I don't know if you saw today, the most recent one. This dude, Greg Brown of Portland Trailblazers in the summer league.
Oh yeah, he did between the legs.
Fast break
During the
between the
game?
legs. What?
Who do you think you are, Vince Carter?
What? In the game?
In the game.
The amount of disrespect on that dunk, man. If that was an NBA game, he'd have got elbowed in the face.
Facts.
Like when Trey Young was over there trying to nutmeg Trevor Ariza last year.
Yeah,
he was not having it.
He was gonna get beat up.
So his Lance was good, but in the past, bro, he needed to chill. Who else? Jericho Sims jumping out the gym.
I think he signed somewhere else because they got way too many centers out there.
I think they should let Obi Toppin go and bring Jericho Sims in.
Do you think so? I think Obi Toppin, he's averaging more.
Let Obi go. Because if you think about it, right? Obi and Julius are the same player. You just paid Julius.
Yeah.
You gonna put Obi and Julius on the same court at the same time? I think the rookies are hyped. Vita said, I think the rookies are hyped. They ain't hooped in a while and playing a little too hard. They are playing extra hard right now.
Try hard to make the team, man.
Try hard.
So like, forget a two-way contract. I want a contract.
Man, they said, look, did you see my dunk over there? Did you see my dunk? Please sign me. Please sign me. But you say you had some top players from the NBA Summer League. I got my list as well. 3 to 5 top players that stand out to you so far.
Number 1, Jalen Green. 50, he's shooting 50, 50, 90. That's a bucket.
Jalen Green.
That's a bucket.
You got him on the same team as Kevin Porter Jr. too, who is also a certified bucket.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a good young team coming up in the years, man. I also got Desmond Bain. He's been balling out for the Grizzlies, man.
Year 2, Desmond Bain. That man was the 3-and-D sniper last year for them.
Man, he was freaking balling out in the summer league too. I think he's shooting like 70% from the 3 right now.
Yeah. I talked about this a couple episodes ago, but the Grizzlies, man. The Grizzlies are gonna be sleepers. They are so young, man.
They got it, man. They got it.
Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks, Jaren Jackson Jr. They got Steven Adams now.
Mm-hmm.
John Morant, Desmond Bain. Oh my goodness. Utua says Matt McClung is the truth. Hey, you look good. Who's your other standouts?
And then my other standouts is Jalen Johnson for the Hawks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's a bucket too. He can be that third person they needed in Atlanta over there.
Yep, especially off the bench to give him some depth.
Yeah. And then Detroit. I think it was a guy from Detroit, Luka Garza.
Luka Garza, he looks like undrafted.
He looks like a Kevin Love to me. I don't know why.
Yo,
he's kind of like a Kevin Love player, man.
That's legit what I have in my notes. Kevin Love, like.
Yeah, and today when I was watching him today, man, he was a bucket.
Yo, he could stretch the floor for being. He was a bucket in college too.
Mm-hmm. That was a good pickup for them.
All right,
those are the 4 I have.
Cool. Vita says Davion Mitchell over Jalen Green, Josh Christopher over Kevin Porter. Detroit has a beast of the East in the next 2-3 years, and Davion Mitchell's the best player in summer league.
I don't know about best player.
I also think Vita's very, very high on Davion Mitchell.
He's
been very vocal about that.
He's the best defensively in the summer league.
I think he's
He
actually
is.
one of the better complete players. I think like he's one of
Yeah.
the more complete NBA ready players, defensively and offensively, right?
Yeah.
We'll see kind of what he evolves into, but the standouts I got, I broke it down in different segments, right?
Hmm.
Cade and Jalen Green, they are who we thought they were, right? Like I left them off this list because they are who they are. Cade
Yeah.
Cunningham, Lord,
7 for 10 from
man,
3 the last one.
that man is wild. Jalen Green, bucket, like you said, 50-50, 90. Like Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham are who we thought they were. Some of the standouts for me was Alperen Sengun for the Rockets.
Rockets. Yeah.
That dude, super lurpy,
Active.
not athletic, but this man is a bucket, and he plays
Yeah.
fundamental defense. Like
He's
plays,
active on defensively.
yeah. He got active hands. He's not gonna get vertical with you. He got active
Yeah.
hands though, active feet. I think fundamentally he's been playing with grown ups his whole life, similar to the Luka Doncic story, but you know he's kind of in a different realm of that. I think he's one of the standouts for me over in Houston. He's gonna be a nice addition to add with those young guys over there.
Yeah.
Vita says Evan Mobley wins Rookie of the Year.
Mm.
I don't know about
Cap.
that.
Cap.
Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is another one that stood out to me. He's just been getting it, man, over in New York. I think that's what New York needed. New York needed somebody to get their own bucket.
Yeah.
And he's that dude that can go get his own bucket. He's very similar to who they have over there already in Alec Burks, but I think
Yeah.
a lot more. He's got a lot more length to him, a little bit more explosiveness.
I like the other player that the Knicks have, freaking McBride. I believe his name is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been a bucket in the summer league too for the Knicks.
They got a solid young bench developing. Now it's just a matter of, the bench is not going to get a lot of minutes because Tom Thibodeau is Tom Thibodeau. But he also doesn't play rookies. So I hope they don't get lost on the bench. Jonathan Kuminga was a standout for me. That dude, you're adding him to that young bench of Jordan Poole. Who else is over there on your bench?
You had Moody to the bench.
Moody's on the bench. Like, you got a young bench over there. Y'all lost Nico Mannion to Italy. We talked about that before in our chat. But they got a young bench over there to play behind dudes like Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green. Like, you ain't asked to do a lot.
Iguodala back.
Iguodala. Like, you're not asked to do a lot.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. Davian is the most complete player right now. He doesn't have the highest ceiling. He's now most likely what he will be. For sure. Yeah. I agree. That's
a fact.
He's the most complete player right now going into the NBA. The other standout to me is LiAngelo Ball, man. LiAngelo is putting to rest all of what they were talking about he wasn't before. Talking about he wasn't athletic. He couldn't take it to the hole. He showed all of that. He's playing defense 94 feet and staying in front of his man. He's a lot faster than I thought he was. And he's just a sniper, man. He had his worst game, I think, just recently where he went like 3 for 13 from the 3-point line.
Yeah, I think the Hornets, they got like a lot of hyped players, but it's not translating yet to me. I think they're winless in the summer league right now.
Yeah.
So I don't see. They got a lot of hype players that could do good, but I'm not seeing it yet.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Plus, I mean, if you're thinking about it, you're looking at these young guys and thinking about how many minutes are they actually going to get if they make the roster, right?
Yeah,
I think if LiAngelo makes the roster, he's like the 10th guy, 9th, 10th guy off your bench.
Yeah.
And then I kind of moved into the second tier of players that I looked at. Evan Mobley struggling a little bit. It is just summer league. But I think the reason I don't have him as being the rookie of the year is because I think he has some growing to do. Physicality. For the league.
He'll be behind Jared Allen, I believe.
Yeah, he'll be. They paid Jared Allen way too much money for him not to start.
Stealing.
I think Evan Mobley takes a year to develop. I think he has some great flashes this year, though. Kuminga is a dynasty extender for Golden State. He can step in year 2, Golden State, and keep them contending. I totally agree. What I've seen what I've seen Kuminga do so far is just summer league, so I take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
is he could be he's their Andre Iguodala is what I'm looking at from him.
he could be our 5 in our small ball lineup.
Yeah, which is wild.
Which makes us more athletic.
Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes is who we thought he was.
Yeah.
He was drafted exactly where he needed to be. Davion Mitchell, kind of what Vito was talking about, being the most complete player.
Hey man, Jalen Suggs is struggling in the summer league though. Can
Yo,
we talk about that? Can we talk about how he should be lower?
We had him drafted in the perfect position, I think. What do we have him at, like 15, 17?
To the Wizards.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs does not look like he'll
have his occasional putback dunk and stuff, but he is struggling in the summer league.
Yeah, Jalen Suggs is not that dude. He's not looking like that dude. And if he's struggling against other dudes that are hungry in the summer league, you about to go play against some grown men that could kill you without being athletic.
Mm-hmm. It's a fact.
I almost look at Jalen Suggs like I don't know who I would look at him as. I just don't think it's not gonna translate for me. Not year 1. Not year 2, not even year 3. I think he becomes
after seeing what he's doing right now, nah, he's not.
I think he becomes a great Jordan Clarkson type player.
I can see that.
Off the bench, be a 6-man.
Jordan Clarkson / Victor Oladipo type player for me, I think.
Yeah, Moody and Kuminga year 2 will be Golden State will be great. I think so. You already talked about Jalen Johnson. We talked about Quentin Grimes. Some of the undrafted dudes, man. Jericho Sims.
He's making a name for himself every week, man.
Jericho Sims. I know it's a stretch. You got the hometown dude in Obi. Obi's 26 years old, man. Like, he is an old rookie. Well, he's like 24, 25. Excuse me.
Still.
He's old, man. Like, he played all 4 years in college. He's an old rookie.
Oh my.
Magic listen to TTE Talks, trusting Cole Anthony. Oh, yeah, we are pro Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony is the future for the Magic. He's future.
That guy. He's
Cole
that guy.
Anthony. Let him be healthy all season. He's going to be, if they had a sophomore of the year, it would be him.
Fultz is going to be out of there soon.
Yeah.
I don't know where he goes. He might go back to Philly.
But I do think Jericho Sims needs to be in New York, man. He got to be behind, Mitchell Robinson. And yeah, they got Nerlens Noel, but I think he's way too athletic and smart on defense for him not to be there. Get rid of Obi Toppin.
They got who they got? They got Nerlens, Mitchell, and they got Taj Gibson they brought back, didn't they?
Gibson. I think they brought him back purely for experience. And I mean, it's Tom Thibodeau. He got a thing for his guys, man. Like Luka Garza, like you said, very Kevin Love like. And then Herbert Jones, somebody that kind of stood out for me over at the Pelicans. I think he's a guy that can get his own shot from a small forward position. He has a tough offensive task ahead of him in the future of the NBA, but we'll see, man. Yeah. Hornets rookies are 2 to 3 years from now, not this year. They trust development. JB is a pop product. JB got them on lock, bro. I think they're straight. Knicks suck at drafting. Sorry, JD. Knicks want to be a free agency destiny so bad. I don't care what nobody says, man. The free agents, they are not a free agent destiny, man. Like, what are you doing? They're not a free agency destiny.
I saw a ghost behind you.
It's over here trying to get in the camera, man. The Knicks just ain't it, man. The Knicks are not gonna get Damian Lillard. No free agent's gonna go there unless they're from there. I think the biggest free agent they possibly could have ever gotten was Kemba Walker.
Nah, it was Julius Randle.
That's true.
It was Julius Randle. I think.
They want to be homegrown. They do want to be homegrown. So they went and drafted Obi Toppin, which to me is why.
That's out of spite, man.
Why did you? Spite, yeah, man. You drafted Obi Toppin for him to sit behind Julius Randle, and I think they're the same age. Like what?
Yeah.
But and then kind of thinking about the NBA Summer League, man. How much actual buying are you putting into the off season or into Summer League?
None. I think everybody would say NBA Summer League is all hype. I guess. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah,
that's what I see.
I can't put too much
translate to the floor. Yeah.
TTE Talks is anti-Knicks. Yeah, we're anti-Knicks for as long as Tom Thibodeau's over there.
You said anti-Knicks? No, they just freaking suck.
They're just anti-idiots. New GM, repent of firing Fizdale. Yeah, Fizdale was the worst. Letting Fizdale go was one of the worst decisions they could have made as a franchise. I think in order for the Knicks to get over the hump, Thibodeau got to be gone. And that whole GM staff got to go. Like, everybody got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the NBA is starting to move in a direction to bring in former players, right? Like, you see James Jones, what he did with the Suns.
Yep.
What he did with the Suns, everybody was like, yeah, James Jones is just trying to send everybody to Cleveland, to LeBron, so they could, because, I mean, Jay Crowder got sent over there. Like, he just had a bunch of different guys that got sent towards other places that didn't make sense. And then they ended up in the finals. Now everyone's calling James Jones a genius. Like, you got to trust that man. You got to bring in dudes that know the game.
Yeah.
That know these players that know their role.
Like when Jerry West was part of the Golden State Warriors front office.
Man.
He drafted Klay Thompson.
Y'all Curry, are set up for the next 10 years.
Draymond.
I think
Jerry West.
Jerry West just knew what he was looking at. He knew that guys knew their role. Right? He's not going to draft a guy that scored 35 points in college and come into the NBA and expect him to be the number 4 option for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
Vita says the Summer League is a little gas. We didn't have one last year, so it's a little overemphasizing this year. True.
Yeah, it is. I think we're all saying that.
NBA opening weekend. Opening weekend games, man. Talk to me. They release a schedule.
Traded the Lakers.
Traded Monty and drafted Klay. Yeah, that was fire. So the highlight for opening weekend. What was that?
Yeah, we played the Lakers, man. We got you guys' first game, man. What you think about that?
Lakers Warriors opening weekend. That's huge, man. That's huge. I think opening weekend is going to tell us, I don't think it's going to tell us much other than the Warriors are the Warriors.
Yeah.
Like I think the Lakers lose this game. That's if Klay Thompson's playing. Excuse me. Let me correct myself. If Klay Thompson is playing and Klay Thompson is healthy and he's back to where he was, even 90% of where he was before he got hurt, the Lakers lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not, the Lakers will win this game purely on Russell Westbrook. Lakers Warriors is a cute matchup. Yeah, that's
that?
Vita. Vita. It's one of those matchups that like you gotta throw on opening day to start off the year with hype. Yeah. You gotta have those big name teams out there playing.
And then you also got the Nets and the Bucks, the rematch.
Nets and the Bucks rematch. The Nets are gonna smack them.
That's your prediction. It's gonna be
the Nets. So the Nets are gonna smack them this game, but not have a great season. Not the great season everybody's saying that they have. I think the Nets smack them purely on the fact that they lost to them in the playoffs.
And they get Kyrie back. I think
Yeah,
that's just a.
they're gonna have Kyrie back. They're gonna have James Harden there.
Mhm.
But I think they smack them. I think that'll be a more entertaining game than the Warriors Lakers.
You see that.
But
And then the next day is gonna be the Celtics and the Knicks.
that's an interesting game. That's an interesting game for me.
Knicks get dogged.
I do think the Knicks get dogged. Bucks just don't care. They're so content with their team. They are content with their team. Like they did. I don't think the Bucks got better this year. They lost PJ
No, they
Tucker. They re-signed Bobby Portis. Who I'm always gonna remember Bobby Portis for punching
He brought
homeboy
that
in the
energy.
jaw.
Yeah,
But
his own teammate, right?
he punched his own teammate in Chicago that got him out. I think it was
Yeah.
Nikola Mirotic.
Yeah, he punched him. He put Mirotic out of the league too.
Yep, punched him, broke his jaw, and then he left. He went back to play overseas.
Yeah, that's funny.
Get the Knicks off TV. Yeah, nah, the Knicks are gonna get whooped. They're gonna get whooped by the Celtics.
They're gonna get dogged.
Jason Tatum comes out. I think Jason Tatum looks tired at the beginning of the season, personally. And I think Jaylen Brown carries this team at least the first 10 games. I think Jason Tatum's gonna average his same old 25, 8-5. But I think Jaylen Brown got a lot to prove after being hurt last year in the playoffs.
The more entertaining matchup of that day is probably gonna be the Nuggets and the Suns. The Suns in 4.
Suns in 4.
Suns in 4 on the Nuggets. That's when it started against the Nuggets.
He said out the league. These dudes is real, Nikola. Out here punching their own teammates, bro. Like he broke his jaw, and then he left the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's not coming back yet, is he? I don't think he's coming back. I think he has like 3-4 months until he actually comes back.
Yeah.
They released the Christmas Day games.
Yeah. You guys play the Nets, I believe.
Lakers Nets, which is purely a hype game. They always do this every year for these teams to build some hype for a potential finals matchup.
Yeah.
We may have a conversation about Jason Tatum that needs to be held. Ask the question, and then we'll have that conversation next week. Because I agree.
Ice Trey returns to New York.
Ice Trey back in New York. That's gonna be fun to watch.
That's gonna be funny.
That's gonna be hilarious to watch. And I think Ice Trey whoops on them.
Dogs him again.
I think Trey comes back. He drops 40 points in a Garden and bows his way out again.
Damn, we show our anti-Knicks in this, man.
We are extremely anti-Knicks, and I am okay with that.
That's funny.
Where is the Christmas games? Who else we got playing that day?
We got the Celtics and the Bucks.
Celtics, Bucks.
Suns, Warriors.
I don't think the Suns are as good next year as they were this year.
Yeah, I think
they didn't get better. They didn't get worse.
Back.
Yeah, they didn't get better. They didn't get worse. But
healthy teams coming back. Nah, I don't think they get far.
By Christmas Day, we should see Klay Thompson back, and I think you start to see the full extent of what the Warriors are going to be this year. So I feel bad for the Suns Christmas Day. Tatum prime may be wasted because the time he plays in, he's in the in-between transitioning period. That is sadly true.
What?
He said Jason Tatum's prime will be wasted because of the time he plays in. He's in the between transitioning period. So it's kind of the transitioning of the guard with, LeBron, KD, these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's true. Yeah.
I hope.
Gotta think about that.
I think Jason Tatum. The Celtics are also in a place where they are smart with rebuilding their teams. They don't have to do what the Lakers do and sell the glitz and glamour, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever make a move that takes them over the hill, takes them over the top. I don't think we see the Celtics in the finals the next
Ever.
3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, I don't think
Which
so
might be
either.
a waste of Tatum's prime.
Yeah.
The East in 2 to 3 years will be dominant. Ooh, maybe.
2 or 3 years. We'll see.
I think
I think after seed 5, under that, that's questionable. Just losing records.
there really ain't anything after that.
Yeah, I think after seed 5, this is losing records after that. I don't think they're going to be as dominant as the West ever.
I think a lot of it is just the West being able to keep. There's not a coaching carousel in the West.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Pop is going to be Pop. They missed the playoffs the last couple of years, but you got Steve Kerr over there. Going to continue to be Steve Kerr. Monty Williams is going to continue to make noise. The Jazz are going to continue to be good in the regular season.
Yeah. What's their coach name?
Quinn Snyder.
Yeah.
You got I keep saying this, man, but the Grizzlies are going to be there. I think the Grizzlies are going to be a 6-7 team this year. I don't think they'll be in the play-in.
Yeah.
The teams at seed 5 all have a 2-year timeline to their prime. In the East or in the West. But
we'll see,
man. We'll see, man. We'll have to expand on the NBA a little bit more next week. Kind of wrap it up going into we played a couple. We're gonna wrap up the NBA. I know it's leaving it a little bit on the edge a little bit for a lot of people, but we'll jump back into the NBA next week.
Yeah.
But kind of taking us into our closing segments. We tried a couple new games this week. We're gamers. That's where it all began. So we're gonna continue to stick with those roots. Back for Blood. Were you playing Back for Blood?
I tried it myself, and I think you'll like Dying Light better.
Dying Light. So we were playing Back for Blood. It's definitely a team game. That is not one you can play by yourself.
No, thank you.
It gives you like 3 bots.
Yeah.
No.
I think you'll like Dying Light better. That's a more complete game of a zombie game.
Dying Light. I mean, it is the open beta, so we'll see what it looks like once it is released. We all got to get on there to get a full team on there, though. I think it was me, Vita, Cepha, and JD that played it. Cepha's a bad teammate, by the way. Cepha's a bad teammate.
What did he do? What did he do?
We were at the safe room, right, in the first portion.
Yeah.
I says don't shoot the birds because it'll bring the horde of zombies.
Oh yeah.
This man went out of his way to shoot the birds.
Selling.
He's big selling.
He does that in every game though. So.
Oh, that's tough. A new Dying Light this year. All right, so he said there's gonna be a new Dying Light this year. The other game that we played was Splitgate, another open beta that we were playing a little bit. Very Halo-ish. I personally like it. I've been playing it on my own.
I thought it was fun when I played it.
It has a different element in it and using portals to transport back and forth.
I think that's the only thing you have to get used to is just the portals.
Oh, man.
Shooting, if you don't have shooting down, then you suck.
Facts. You don't know how to hip fire, don't play that game. But I think it was fun. The portal element is definitely a nice change of pace. I think it's similar to the change of pace that Apex brought to the table with player abilities in Battle Royale. So it's a fun game. I like it. Splitgate, open beta.
Yeah, I like that too.
And then the last one I had on here is a COD new season. Biggest problem everyone had last season and every season was hackers.
Hackers, man. I think we still have those occasional hackers, but
yeah, I think people are still finding a way to hack, but I think they're doing better at blocking IP addresses as opposed to just whole accounts.
Mm-hmm.
The new season they brought in a couple new perks like gold plates. The perk where you can like fill up 2 spots with 1 plate, and then there's like it's like a targeting heat seeking bullet. Every time you hit somebody, that's stupid to me.
That's kind of like a crypto.
Yeah, it's dumb. I don't like it.
Crypto or blood. Yeah, that's stupid. That was a stupid one. I didn't like that one.
In other words, we'll continue to stay on Apex. Cepha says, by the way, I'll never touch search and destroy again. So our sweatiest shooter, Christian, took us to search and destroy yesterday. Wasn't fun.
That game is search and destroy on Call of Duty is sweaty.
It was not fun. We played core and hardcore. Search and destroy. I will never play again in my life. I streamed it. I regret every bit of it.
You did not enjoy it.
No, I did not. I said that after every game. I was like, Christian, this is not fun. I don't know how you do this. You always play our game, so we're going to play yours. We're not doing this again. Never.
That's a fact.
A lot of the Call of Duties moved over. A lot of Call of Duty players moved over to Apex because of how complete a game Apex. Apex is one of the best games out right now.
Best.
And it has been over the last, year and a half? 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
COD is for poor people.
Dang. Who said that?
That's Vita. I'm privileged. I play Apex. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I've been happy seeing Call of Duty players move over to Apex for this reason specifically. Our lobbies are a lot less sweaty now. I could drop 10 kill games a lot easier now with 2K damage because Call of Duty players don't know how to use their Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't entertain peasants. Apex has been consistently good, man. The thing I love about Apex, and we're gonna Apex, we're pro Apex on this stream.
Yes.
They never get too far away from their roots. They see other people doing some great things. They just stick with what's working, right? Like the players have abilities. We started off with six characters. We have 18 now.
Yeah.
And there's anti-cheat. You can't cheat. When you complain on somebody being belligerent, they actually get disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, Apex is the best game out right now.
oh, let's go. Christian subscribed with his Prime membership. Let's go. Using that sub. We're also never playing Search with you ever again. Ever.
We'll play gun game.
We'll play gun game. We was playing gunfight for a little bit, and we were smacking the gunfight. They couldn't touch us. COD washes Tua's laundry. Dang. Yeah, I give it up to Christian because he is one of the sweatiest players I've seen. This man almost carried us to a win multiple times, but because we're so dookie, we lost.
We didn't play that game enough.
That man's a beast. Cepha. Yeah. He wants the 1v1 with Cepha.
Who?
Christian.
This
fool Tua. Yep. He says Cepha titties leaking breath milk.
As we speak.
He gotta change his shirt because it got stains. All right, Polly, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Crypto EMP is my go-to this season, man. Hey, we gonna geek out next week on NBA and Apex Legends. We just gonna it might not even be a sports stream next week. It might be just a full Apex Legends, whole different.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Apex, man. I love Apex.
We're gonna talk about Apex next week. We're gonna talk about that. But wrap us up with all facts, no feelings.
All right, we're gonna start with the gaming one. Fortnite is the reason why gaming is so popular nowadays.
Ooh, Fortnite is the reason gaming is so popular nowadays. Damn. I don't know if I can call cap on that. That might be
ever since
Fortnite
came out, everybody's been on games out of nowhere. You can suck at the game,
Everyone's trying to find the next big thing. I think that's fact, man, because I played Fortnite when it first came out, all the way up to like the second season. And by that time, everybody was like super on it. So I was like, I need to find the next big thing. And I got my rush from Fortnite, but I was like, I need something more, bro. I need something more. So I started, I don't know. Because so the thing I got to get away from is Fortnite. Fortnite was the launching pad for me as a gamer, and I think that's what people look at the question as. Like, it wasn't Fortnite that started me playing, but like in general, like I think
in general,
I think Fortnite definitely catapulted games to a next level. You got these kids out here. My nephew's what, 9 years old? He's like 8 or 9 years old. This man is correct on mouse and key. I got it, bruh. We was playing custom lobbies the other night with just all my nieces and nephews. I had to put my try-hard pants on just to kill him. And I had to third party the fight. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it straight up, bro. I had to third party the fight.
What did the chat say about that?
Fortnite popularized streaming, not gaming. I think it did for the next generation. Us old heads, bro, like all of us heads right here, like our gaming was popularized in other games like Halo, System Lincoln, Mortal Kombat, those fundamental games. But can we say the same about PUBG, even though I sucked at it? I hated PUBG the first day I played it.
Man, PUBG was hard to get a win in that one, but
yeah. But I think it's
I'm talking about nowadays. Yeah.
I think it's fact for this generation and these kids. I think Fortnite kind of catapulted that for a lot of people.
I think so too. All right, going to NFL one. Aaron Donald will have a more impressive career than Lawrence Taylor.
Ooh.
Playing at the D tackle position.
I think he already has.
You think he already has?
Yes.
Oh man, that's gonna spark up so many debates, man. I feel like some people
people should be mad at that.
Everybody's gonna be chipping out our stream for this, man.
People should be mad at that. I think Aaron Donald has already had a more impressive career than Lawrence Taylor.
That's tough.
It is. So here's my reasoning, right?
Okay.
Yes, D tackle.
Yeah.
The O-line wasn't really revolutionized until Lawrence Taylor broke Joe Namath's leg. We have way more diverse O-linemen now because he broke that man's leg than we ever have in the history of the NFL. So the fact that Aaron Donald is still dominating these grown-ass men from the D tackle position, he don't have a one-on-one matchup ever.
Yeah.
And he still dominates.
That's tough.
Aaron Donald
and I think it's a fact too.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's the sad part. I think it is true already. Like he's already more dominant than Lawrence Taylor was, though.
There you go. Lawrence Taylor was playing against dudes that had to go and bag groceries after.
Oh man. What's chat say about that?
So far, Seth is the only one that say Aaron Donald already has a better resume. I think everybody's in the shock factor right now. Like, what did you say?
What did he say?
What did he say? Yeah, I think Aaron Donald.
Damn. Man, that should be brought up for discussion more often, man, because he is that guy.
That might be part of the conversation we have next week on our NFL too. We've already talked about everything in the upcoming season and everything that we've seen so far. We might have to talk about some players' resumes this year compared to, or just in general compared to historically. Because there's some records that might never be broken that we thought would never be broken.
Yeah.
So we might have to talk about that next week. Aaron Donald, Lawrence Taylor. What a question.
All right, now we're gonna switch. Our last one's gonna switch it to basketball. 1984 NBA draft class was better than 1996 NBA draft class.
Yeah.
Let's bring it up. 1984 NBA draft class.
That's the Michael Jordan draft class, right?
Yep, Michael Jordan draft class compared to the Kobe Bryant draft class.
So everybody's gonna get stuck on MJ. I know everybody's gonna get stuck on MJ.
Everybody's gonna get stuck on MJ.
They said we need a list of players. All right, so I'll give you the top 10. Now you know what? I'll give you the standouts from that draft as opposed to the top 10. Right? We have Hakeem Olajuwon, Sam Bowie went number 2. We all know about that. Michael Jordan number 3. Sam Perkins, Charles Barkley. Everyone after that's not really mentionable. You got Otis Thorpe.
They got John Stockton,
Kevin Willis. John Stockton's on that list. That's pretty much it. Rick Carlisle. So the standout to that list is Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, Otis Thorpe, John Stockton. That's your standouts. 1984 draft class. Your 1996 NBA draft class is going to be.
My standouts for the 96 is.
So we got Allen Iverson,
Kobe,
Ray Allen, Kobe, Antoine Walker, Stephen Marbury. I don't want to get too much into names that we all know. Steve Nash was in that draft class.
Ben Wallace,
O'Neal, Ben Wallace, Derek Fisher. So if I was to pick
a lot of these,
if I was to pick some standouts in there, it'd be AI, Ray Allen, Stephon Marbury, Kobe Bryant, obviously, Peja Stojakovic, and Steve Nash.
I think the 1984 just Stockton, Barkley, Olajuwon, and Jordan alone. Those are
Those
are top.
It's hard.
I mean,
it's hard.
Barkley's not top 10, but the other 3 is top 10 for 84.
It's hard. It's hard. I can't ask. Because I look at it in 2 different ways, right? 1984 revolutionary. Yeah. They revolutionized the game. I can't even say. They revolutionized the game. The game, right? You got Hakeem Olajuwon, evolved a big man. John Stockton, unbreakable point guard records, 2 of them. Steals and assists. Michael Jordan, 6-0 in the playoffs in finals. Charles Barkley, arguably top 3 power forwards ever. Then you go into the 96 draft class. Ray Allen. Also, this group also revolutionized the game. Allen Iverson. Easily top 3, top 4, top 5 shooting guard. Because you got MJ, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, and then Allen Iverson. You got Kobe Bryant, MJ 2.0.
Yep.
Right. You got Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters the game has ever seen. We thought his record would be untouchable. Then Steph Curry was born, and that all went down the drain. Steve Nash.
He's kind of like a John Stockton type of player, but
kind of.
He doesn't have He just doesn't have those accolades like he does.
Exactly. I gotta go with the 84.
Got an 84?
Saying it out loud, I gotta go with 84, man.
It's a fact.
Iverson is arguably the most cultural influence in the NBA history. That's facts. He changed the whole game. They made him wear sleeves because of his tattoos. IQ Nash. I gotta go with 84, man. One thing that not a lot of people talk about is Hakeem Olajuwon. To me, after having this conversation multiple times over the last couple of weeks, Hakeem Olajuwon is probably the best center in my opinion. Best center in all time. Best center. All time best center.
All time.
So if I'm
say no to that.
Yeah, if I'm looking at that, John Stockton has to be a top 5 point guard. Michael Jordan, clearly the number 1 shooting guard ever in NBA history. And Charles Barkley, a top 5.
Yeah.
Stockton couldn't win a ring when MJ took time off. He choked.
Nash doesn't have a ring. AI doesn't have a ring.
I won't let that slide. I won't let that slide either, but I mean, I can't let 1 year affect the impact of that whole era. John Stockton has 2 unbreakable records. 2 of them. No one is ever going to beat that assist record. No one is ever going to beat that steals record. Charles Barkley is arguably a top 3 power forward all time. Behind Tim Duncan,
Dirk,
KG. You got to put Charles Barkley up there. Top 5, easy. If I'm looking at the other list of guys that I said were standouts, they're on the second half of the top 5. AI, number 4 shooting guard. Ray Allen, not even top 10 to me. Kobe Bryant, number 2. That's probably as high as you're going to get. Steve Nash, I wouldn't take him top 10. Nash got MVPs. This is too deep for another day. Yeah, this is definitely a deep conversation.
But it's all facts and no feelings, man. You gotta.
All facts is 1984, man. 1984. God,
Yeah.
1984 edges it for me. Me personally. 1984 edges that off.
I called it a fact.
Yeah, man. That leaves some pretty heavy conversations for the next couple weeks.
For next week, man. See,
Next week we're doing a comparison episode.
We're doing comparison episodes, man.
All right, man. We gonna open it up next week. We're gonna do a comparison episode. As elite a passer Stockton is, Ray Allen matches with shooting. That's a point guard and a shooting guard, though. You gotta.
That's different.
That's apples different to oranges, man. You gotta put apples to apples.
Yeah, that's why we gotta have this conversation later, because that's different.
Yeah. Whoa. All right. Next week's episode is going to be a comparison episode. We're going to open it up to everything: gaming, sports, football, basketball. Y'all got some TV shows you want to compare? We're going to do that too.
Yeah, we're going to do everything comparison episodes throughout the whole episode.
We're going to do, man. Ooh, this is going to be fun to build up for next week.
Yeah, movies. Comparisons.
Oh yeah, cool. Next week's episode is going to be a comparison episode. That was our last segment. All facts, no feelings. Wrapped it up with the 1984 draft class being better than the 1996 draft class. That hurts my heart saying that, man.
That's tough.
I'm a pro Kobe. Kobe is my GOAT. Man. 03 draft class is legendary. Oh, he gonna bring a whole nother element into this with the 03 draft class.
With LeBron,
LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade, man. Chris Bosh.
That's tough. See, that's why we have these conversations, man.
Vetus in 1996 class longevity goes after basketball. Also, coaching and how they spent time after their prime. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about this. Because this goes beyond just being on the court and their career on the court. This goes beyond, like, what is their basketball influence and their basketball impact. This is going to be a fun conversation next week. We're going to have a comparison episode next Tuesday. What are we doing at 5 o'clock Pacific time?
Yes, sir.
5 o'clock Pacific time, unless we can get some of the other TTE fellas on here. We might push it back a little bit, see if we can get some other guys on here. Because this is going to be a big conversation, man. This ain't a conversation for just us two to have with the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. All right, man. That wraps it up for today. We'll see y'all next week. He gonna end it with that. Next week, all debates. Is Eli a Hall of Famer? Yeah, this is a conference. That's a question for next week.
Cliffhangers, man. See, that's what we got, man.
All right, man. Cool. Comparison episode next week. Tap in with us. We'll see y'all next week.